What is up, everybody? And welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Meat on the 50. And you know what we have. We have another week of NFL action upon us. It's week 5, and we're here to break it down. And we're here to predict all the action ahead of us. So let's stop wasting time and let's get into these predictions. Welcome back. Welcome back to our regular edition of Meat on the 50. You know what it is. Week 5 is upon us, and we have some solid NFL action ahead of us this week. And as always, you know who's joining me to break it down. He's right there. He is one of my best friends, and yes, his name is Brandon Sullivan. Brandon, how are you doing?
Doing good. In honor of the month of October and crisscrossing of all the sports, this is our first episode of Meat on the 50 as far as our picks in October. We got baseball. We got the postseason starting.
Yep.
We got, and we got basketball starting.
Yep.
And obviously we got football. Best month of the year, baby. Yep. We got all of our sports, and we got hockey starting up too pretty soon. We have all of our sports, not more than anybody could ask for. There's going to be so much going on. I'm super, super stoked. And, and we got some really, really good matchups coming up this upcoming week, I think. Some ones that I'm pretty excited for. So I'm excited to get into that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a sports fan, what more could you ask for in the month of October? Like you said, right? All the sports either starting up or just in their playoff format, right? Or just in the meat of their season, right? It's all happening in front of our eyes. And I mean, honest, there's so much action. I don't even know if we can keep up with everything, but obviously we do our best. But we don't talk about all the action. Well, at least not yet. We're talking about football. We're talking about week 5, and I am excited about this week that we have upon us. But come on, you know what I got to tell you. If at any point you like what you guys are seeing or hearing, because remember, you can follow along now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, because we're now on there. We have a podcast, so you can take us with you wherever you're going, right? So if at any point you like what you see, you like what you hear, do us a favor and just smash a like button, smash the subscribe button, just tap that bell notification. That way, anytime new videos or new, podcast episodes drop, you're right there. You're right there to consume the content, because we're right there to drop the knowledge all season long. Right now, if you haven't seen our review episode, little plug there, make sure you go and do that, because it's pretty good. And I have to apologize. My charger on my laptop broke, so I had to take care of that. The video dropped a little late, but bear with us. It's still a great and solid video, so make sure you check out the review video. It is worth it, I promise you. But let's remind everybody how we did last week. For yourself, 10-5, 0-1 on the guaranteed victory. Unfortunately, we established that the Lions defense sucks, and we have no confidence in them. For myself, 10-5, we have the same record, right? But 1-0 on the guaranteed victory. The Raiders getting the job done. Now, I say 10-5 for both of us. I have to admit, user error. I apologize, my friend. I did leave out a game on the spreadsheet, so we actually need to tack on one game in the win column, baby. That's right. We went 11-5, my friend. Let's put it up on the screen, baby. We went 11-5 last week. So overall for the season, that now puts us at, for yourself, 33-30-1, 2-2 on the guaranteed victories. For myself, 31-32-1, 3-0-1 on the guaranteed victories. Looking even better than before. And let's keep the momentum going. Starting us off on Thursday. A Thursday night thriller. We got, leading us off, the Indianapolis Ponies. I'm not going to call them the Colts. The Indianapolis Ponies taking on the Denver Donkeys, because they certainly ain't the Broncos. The Denver Donkeys, Indianapolis Ponies, Denver Donkeys. leading us off. Thursday night, Prime Video. Old people don't know how to find it. Sucks. What do you got for me?
I will say that you said old people don't know how to find it. My grandparents did, and they're in their 70s. So
your grandparents are a cut among a different type of breed. I'll say that. Shout out to your grandparents.
Thank you. And yeah, not much to say about this game. Just no. This sucks.
Let me guess. You won't be tuning in.
I might tune in the fourth quarter.
Okay, I'll let you know what happens.
If it's close, maybe I'll tune in. I mean, it's like, do I go to the gym or do I watch this crappy game? I mean, it's a tough decision. But you know what? If it's close, I always tune in. It doesn't matter what NFL game is. It's close, and they're fun to watch in the fourth quarter if they're close. You want to just see what happens. I'm just gonna go with the Broncos because they're at home. Honestly, the Colts suck. The Broncos suck. I don't know which one sucks worse. Damn, that's close. I'll just pick the Broncos here. I think Broncos win this one 17-13. I'm going to pick the Broncos 17-13.
Going with the home team. Okay, riding with the Donkeys. I like it. I don't expect much from this game. We'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see if the Donkeys can rebound with losing Randy Gregory and Javonte Williams. I don't know. I don't really know what to make of Nathaniel Hackett. I really don't know what to make of Russell Wilson. I don't know what to make of them. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to roll with the Colts because I'm not rolling with the Donkeys. Not a chance. So I'm rolling with the Ponies. We're going 28-17. A little bit of an interesting game, hopefully, on Thursday night there. But I'm rolling with the Ponies, handling business on the road. Not much more to say about that. We got another little early morning game across the pond, and we got a classic. And when I mean classic, we got a classic matchup for you. We got the New York Football Giants traveling to London to take on the Green Bay Packers. What do you got for me?
I actually expect this game to be pretty close, but I'm just going to go ahead and take Green Bay. I think Aaron Rodgers just, that's the reason. I think I'm just going to come out and say it. I think Aaron Rodgers is good enough to get them over the hump against the New York Giants. Also won't be tuning into this one. It's just too early, 6:30 a.m. Maybe I'll wake up at 8, make some coffee.
You saw the tail end of the other game.
I did see the tail end of the other game. So I definitely will probably catch the second half. I just I cannot get myself to wake up at 6:30 unless it's my team or unless it's some sort of marquee matchup. Giants, Packers, not a lot of interest there for me. I mean, it's cool to watch Aaron Rodgers, but I just think the Giants, no.
Not feeling the 3-1 football Giants?
I just think, I don't know about their tests so far. Okay. I mean, good for them that they're 3-1. They how about this? At this point, I thought they'd be 1-3, so their record is completely the contrary. The Giants, you know what? They're doing well for what they have, so I will give them that. But I just don't think they're going to defeat Green Bay in London. So I'm going to take Green Bay in this one. I think Green Bay wins 24-14.
I am with you, and I'm going Green Bay. And I'm going Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, he's performed a lot better than I thought he would to start off the season. These pieces are working out slightly better than I think some people initially realized. But obviously, I know we know that they have talent, right? So they're just having to adjust how they play, offense and everything like that. So I think they will adjust. We'll see. A classic matchup. I don't really think much of the matchup, but I don't really think much of last week's matchup, and it turned out to be a great game. So I'm hoping that I can spark that juju into this game. I'm going Green Bay Packers 24-21, and hopefully another early morning thriller, because that last week game was good. I'll take another good morning game. So I got the Green Bay Packers handling business 24-21, I guess, as the home team, obviously on the road. Moving on to our traditional Sunday morning, and leading us off, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to the state of New York, to the city of Buffalo, to upstate New York, I should say, to the city of Buffalo, to take on the Buffalo Bills. What do you got for me?
I got a guaranteed victory for you.
Ooh, right off the bat. I love it. Okay.
Yeah. No, Steelers are toast. You're going to Buffalo. Buffalo is one of the most elite teams in the league. Steelers are lacking players on both sides of the ball. Their quarterbacking situation is up in the air. I think Trubisky is done. We'll have to see what Pickett can do. I'm going to take the Bills, so 42-17.
I mean, starting us off with a guaranteed victory. I mean, I guess we got to start us off with a double guaranteed victory, baby. Whoop! Put it on the board. Yeah, we're going right off the bat, leading us off. Just a lead-off dinger for you. We got the Buffalo Bills handling business at home, and I'll say this. I like Kenny Pickett. No offense to him. He just happens to be on the Pittsburgh Steelers, so I wish him to not ill or injury, but I just wish that he performs bad, and I hope that the Buffalo defense absolutely dominates on Sunday. At home, I got 45-21 handling business in a double, not a single, but a double guaranteed victory to start us off. Our next game up, we got the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego trying to get, I don't think it would be a statement win, but at least a good win on their record. The Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego traveling to Ohio, to Cleveland, to the Dog Pound to take on the Cleveland Dukies. What do you got for me?
Never get over the Cleveland Dukies. That was always, yeah. I call them the Dukies now. When I'm out and about, when I'm talking to people, they refer to as Dukies.
Yep.
So we got the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego taking on the Cleveland Dukies. I am going to roll the Chargers here, 31-24. I think it's a close game, but I do think the Chargers pull away late. The reason why I'm not picking a blowout is because the Chargers have been playing with fire in some of those games, keeping it close. But Austin Eckler's a baller, and obviously we both feel the same about Herbert. He's that guy. Browns, nah. Dukies, nah. They'll fall to 2 and 3. Chargers will get a well-needed win in that division, and we'll win this one 31-24.
Yeah, we're on the same line of thinking. I think the Chargers keep it close because that's apparently what they do. They can't get that statement blowout win. But I got the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego handling business on the road, 35-24. We're getting there. I can feel it. We're gonna hit it once. Chargers need a big win here. They need a big win here. They got to keep winning, right? I don't think. I mean, we're gonna say it all season long. I think we're gonna even say it in AFC in week 17. I should say. You got to win in the AFC West. You have to win. You have to win. You have to win. You have to win. You can't take a loss. In some of these divisions, we're seeing that you can take some losses. AFC West. When the road comes, no, you cannot take these losses. So you got to win where you can. This is a very winnable game for the Chargers. Some should say that this is kind of like you should win this game, seeing how it is Jacoby Brissett and not felony hands at quarterback. But, I think the Chargers can do it. I'm going with Justin Herbert, 35-24, Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego handling business on the road. Next up, we got a divisional matchup. We got the Chicago Bears traveling up to Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I just think this comes down to the Vikings are a better team than Bears. I think the Bears struggle to put points up. I just think I think they're experiencing some growing pains. I think that they need to, add some additions in the offseason and draft well, just because they have a lot of young players. And, they have some decent talent, but they're just, they're not that good of a team. So Minnesota, obviously, they have a very good defense that I think will be able to contain Justin Fields in that offense. And obviously, they have weapons like Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. So I'm going to pick the Minnesota Vikings here, 28-17.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, right? The Vikings are just a better team. The Chicago Bears have 34 pass attempts, I believe it is, in 4 weeks. 34 pass attempts in 34 weeks. In 4 weeks, excuse me. The Chicago Bears, the Chicago Bears need a lot of help, and it's not going to start in Minnesota. Minnesota, 28-14. Not much more to say about that. Next up, we got the Detroit Fighting Lions. I'm going to call that's what I'm going to start calling them now. We got the Detroit Fighting Lions traveling up to Foxborough to take on the struggling New England Patriots. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I came out and said it. I said it to my friend Tim. I said it to you. I think the Lions are the worst team in the NFL. Unfortunately, they can be fighting all they want. But when you lose those fights, unfortunately, it doesn't do you much in this league. So give the Lions credit for fighting. That's what they've always done my entire life. They've always sucked. And they're just going to continue sucking because you allowed Seattle to score 48 points. Out of all the teams, you let Seattle score 48 points. That does not sound right. So, out of my spite for you and my anger for you for letting Geno Smith look like Peyton Manning in his prime, I'm picking the Patriots here. And a close one, 28-24.
Here we go. This is where the road splits. I am gonna one more time. Just one.
Okay.
More.
You didn't learn your lesson, but okay.
One more time. I'm going with the highest scoring team in the NFL, and I'm hoping that they just allow slightly less points than they score. Detroit Lions, 35-31. Dare I say, handling business on the road? We shall see. Next up, your favorite team. We got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Bayou to take on, not even going to say handle business, to take on the New Orleans Saints. What do you got for me?
Yeah, Saints played well last week. I think they had a good game against Minnesota. They almost took that to overtime. They've got some fight. It's always tough to beat the Saints in the Superdome. Those fans are incredible. That place is always rocking. Seattle's not going to win this game. I got the Saints winning this one, 31-21. I think they handle business against the Seattle Sea Chickens. And I think that it proves why the Lions are the worst team in the NFL. Seattle ain't putting up no 48 points on the Saints. Good luck with that. You're going to lose 31-21.
Yeah, the Saints defense is really good. And it's really good year in and year out. So I have no reason to think that at home, now jet lag, maybe, but I have no reason to think that at home in front of those fans, that defense is not going to turn it on and just be electric. I mean, okay, look, I know Geno Smith is performing well. All right, he's performing well. He's being a solid game manager.
And apparently,
he's being a solid game manager. He's performing decent. He's had a good solid to the season, but I think this is kind of where reality kind of checks in for the Seattle Seahawks there this season. So I got New Orleans Saints. I'm not saying they blow them out, but I got 27-17. I think that defense stifles Geno Smith and that Seattle offense. And I think the Saints handle business, whether it's Jameis, whether it's Andy Dalton, who, like you said and mentioned before, he performed well. He performed well, and he's decent. I mean, I'm not saying he's awful. He's decent. He's the former starter of the Bengals. Say again?
He's the Red Rifle.
Yeah, he's the Red Rifle. Well, I don't know about that. He's former starter of the Bengals. I'm not gonna call him that. He's lost that.
You almost went along with it. You're like, yeah, wait.
He lost that nickname for me. But New Orleans Saints handling business, whether it's Andy Dalton, whether it's Jameis. I think they absolutely make a statement, make a defensive statement at home against the Seattle Seahawks. Next up, we got the Miami Dolphins, who look to bounce back with Tua, shocker, being out with a concussion this week. Can't believe they're not allowing him to play. I can't believe it. If this was last week, he'd be playing. But we got the Miami Dolphins traveling up to New York to take on, New Jersey, to take on the New York Jets. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I think that, I think the Dolphins are still good enough to beat the Jets. I know Zach Wilson's, you got that shirt. I forgot what it says on it, but it's a funny little slogan there.
Throwing bombs and banging moms, baby.
Yeah. So, bang, bang, Zach Wilson gang. I don't know what to expect in this game, just because when you don't have your starting quarterback, it's always strange. But Teddy Bridgewater is pretty solid. So I think that, I'm going to roll with Teddy in this one. I mean, I think it's going to be close. I definitely think it's going to be close. But I'm going to go ahead and roll with the Dolphins on this one. I'm going to pick the Dolphins 23-17.
Yeah, I don't know what this offense is going to look like with Teddy B at the helm. It didn't look awful with him at the helm against the Bengals. What it's going to look like against the Jets, Jets, I'm not sure. And frankly, come on, man. I can't go against my boy Z Willie all day, baby. He comes out and makes a statement against the Miami Dolphins and lets the Dolphins and the Bills know that, hey, you know what? What I do off the field, I do on the field, okay? And I just bang the hell out of all you guys. So I've got Z Willie Wilson handling business at home, 24-20. I got the New York Jets. I know. I was a hater before. But hey, all right. They might have won me over. We're going Jets, 24-20, handling business at home. Next up, we got the Atlanta under the radar Falcons taking on the Tampa Bay Brady's. Sorry, the recently single Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you got for me?
Yeah, you better watch your mouth. So I think the Buccaneers, this is going to be a good, did I say, watch your mouth. Sorry. Okay. You need to watch your mouth. Sorry. You're talking about the GOAT here. Sorry. Don't make me get the pre-TSA, because that
Adam Scheffler, you see what you did, man? You see what you did, dude?
Don't make me get the clear, get the pre-TSA, because that clear stuff's too expensive. You're right. I got to cut the price in half. I got to get there. I got to get to that Denver airport and take that train to Terminal B. Don't mess with me, okay? So we are rolling. Who else would I roll with here? My guy, Tom Brady, from tragedy to triumph. He's going to use this as motivation. Giselle trying to come out and tell him what he needs to do with his career and when he can retire. Let the man decide for himself. You're another person that was in his way. Of course, he's going to choose his life purpose, his love of football over anything in life. Of course, he's won 7 Super Bowls because of his love for the game and because of his sacrifices of, I don't need that money. I don't need this. Let's get this player here. Let's do this. All the drawing boards, after losing a Super Bowl, coming back and winning it the next year. This man is a force to be reckoned with. As soon as you sleep on this guy, worst thing that you can do, especially when they were up 28-3 against this. He was up against this team. Yeah. You think he's going to lose to this team? Hell no. Falcons are flying under the radar, but not on Sunday. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers redeeming themselves, winning this one 31-24.
Yeah, I like the Falcons, and I wish they weren't playing Tampa Bay this week. And if they do it, hey, good for the Falcons, right? We were saying they're under the radar, but come on, yeah, of course we got to go with Tom, especially after what just came out. I would love for this to be his best performance of his entire career. And I mean like 8 touchdowns, like 9 touchdowns, like 10 touchdowns, like 12 touchdowns. Like he just comes out and it's just like,
yeah.
I'm
you
Thomas,
want a divorce?
The GOAT Brady.
Oh, you want a divorce?
Yeah. Okay. I hope he comes out and just makes a statement. Just makes a typical Tom statement. So I got Tom. I got a close one, but I got Tom scoring quite a bit of points, but I got Tom 35-27, handling business. We'll see what happens. I mean, a 5 touchdown performance, Tommy can do it. Tommy B can do it. So we'll see what happens. But Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 35-27, handling business at home. Next up, we got the Tennessee Titans. Have they turned it around? We'll see. Traveling to the Washington Dumpster Fire Commanders, baby. What do you got for me?
I know they have some sort of rap song out. My friend Ian sent it to me. I heard Pat McAfee. I don't know how the rap song goes, but they'd say Commanders, something Commanders. Maybe you can play a little skit of it during this thing. I'll send you the video. Maybe you can just play like a little snippet of it. But there it is, the snippet. Sounds really ridiculous, but anyways, I don't know why the spread's so close. I got Tennessee wiping their tail with them. I got Tennessee winning this game pretty handily. I'm going to take Tennessee 31-17 against the Commanders. I don't have much to say about this at all, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. I expect Derrick Henry to come out and just absolutely wreck house, just absolutely dominate. I'm going Tennessee Titans 32-20. Yeah, I mean, Washington Dumpster Fire Commanders so far living up to the name, and we'll see what happens. It's nothing against Ron Rivera. I just want to state that for anybody who is new to the show. Nothing against Ron Rivera. It is solely against how much of a dumpster fire your franchise is. There you go. Tennessee Titans 32-20, handling business on the road. Next up, we got the Houston Texans. They're flirting with the line. They're flirting with it. We got the Houston Texans traveling down to Florida to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. What do you got for me?
Yeah, Texans ain't winning this game. Not much to say about this. Jaguars will play better. I think the Texans, you never know because it's a divisional game, but I do think Jacksonville will win this one. I think they'll win it 24-10.
Ooh, and a blowout. Okay, wow, okay. Yeah, the Texans are fighters. They have kind of hung in on all their games. Davis Mills, little bit of a mediocre, kind of good, decent quarterback here and there. He shows flashes, right? He's okay. He's serviceable, I should say. But Texans, I don't see them winning this game at all. I got Jacksonville Jaguars 28-23, and a good bounce back win. They need a good bounce back win. And what I am noticing, the trend I am noticing here, the teams who need bounce back wins are at home this week. So I'm hoping that not all the teams who need bounce back wins win, obviously, but I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars getting that bounce back win at home, 28-23. Moving on 2 Sunday afternoon. And thanks to that early game, we only got 3 late games this week again. Our first game up, and now it is your favorite team for real. We got the San Francisco 49ers traveling now to the East Coast to take on the Carolina Panthers. They're not the Carolina Bakers anymore because we already talked about it. He ain't the guy. We got the Carolina Panthers. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I just, and I don't know if you would agree, but at this point in time, I do think the San Francisco 49ers have the best defense in the NFL.
After that performance on Monday, it's hard to argue. I don't know who would want to go up against them, I'll be honest with you.
So I think we win just solely because of our defense. I mean, I think the San Francisco 49ers handle business against Carolina. I think Carolina, they have some pieces. I just think that, the last time that Nick Bosa went against Baker Mayfield when he was on the Browns, it was not pretty. I think our defensive line really wreaks havoc. And I think our secondary continues to play at a high level. I think all 3 phases of our defense, our line, our linebackers, and our secondary continues to play well. I think Talanoa Hufanga has another good game. I think we get some interceptions, and I think we definitely get some sacks. Maybe not as many as we had on Monday, but I do think that Bosa's at least going to get one. So, and I think we get a couple turnovers here. And so I think the 49ers are going to win this game. I think that we are going to win this one 31-17. I think the Panthers are going to score some points, but I think in the end, I think we will run away with that.
This game I kept flip-flopping on. I could see the Niners winning, but they're traveling to the East Coast, and I could also see the Panthers stealing this one. Now, one thing that I am kind of leaning on is that when they traveled to the East Coast against Washington, that Super Bowl run year, and it was raining, and obviously it's kind of different circumstances. May not be. We'll see what happens on Sunday with the weather, but that circumstance where they traveled to the East Coast and Jimmy played terribly, but that defense bailed them out at the end there. So we're kind of on the same line of thinking of a lot of these games this week. I'm with you. I'm going San Francisco 49ers in a kind of low scoring game, 22-15. I think, like you said, that defense is going to be the contributing factor to this win. So I believe that the defense here is going to be locked down, and Baker. Yeah, we'll see what happens with him after this season. Obviously, I believe he's going to make it through the season because Panthers don't really have any other option. But Baker, we'll see what happens after this season. But I got the San Francisco 49ers handling business 22-15. Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys actually on the road. Surprisingly, actually on the road, but they're traveling to Los Angeles, right? Sunny LA to take on the Los Angeles Rams, who just got dominated on Monday night. Need a bounce back win. What do you got for me on this one?
Yeah, two decent teams. Cooper Rush been playing well. Cowboys defense has been playing well. Rams seem to be struggling on the offensive side. I'm going to take an upset here. I'm going to take the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys win this game. I think that there's a really good shot. I think a lot of people, this is a trap game for the Rams. I think a lot of people are not expecting the Cowboys to go in there and beat the Rams. But here's my thing. The Cowboys fans are going to take over that stadium in LA, number one. So It ain't going to be no noise for the Rams, okay? And I've seen it when the Cowboys play the Rams. It's almost just as much as 49ers fans, 70-30, 80-20. Yep. So that's not going to be a factor. This is just a perfect game for the Cowboys to win. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Cowboys in a close one. I think the Cowboys win this one 31-25, but I am taking the Cowboys.
I like it. I can definitely see that line of thinking. I can definitely see the Cowboys going in there and stealing a victory. This was another game that I was just flip-flopping on, going back and forth because, I can definitely see the Cowboys going in there and Cooper Rush staying undefeated as a backup quarterback, kind of like the Kirk Cousins deal when he was with the Redskins. So The Rams need a bounce back win. This is going to be a tough game. And this one is still, I'm still going back and forth on, even when I'm looking at my pick. But I think this time around, I'm going to stick with what I've been doing, and I'm going to pick the home team. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Rams, pulling out a close one at home. Like you said, the fans, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I don't expect a lot of noise for those Rams, but we'll see what happens. But I got the Rams handling business at home, 27-22, solely kind of what the Niners do with that defense. I think that defense kind of steps up after last week and absolutely kind of just takes a grip and kind of takes this win against the Cowboys. So I'm going Los Angeles Rams 27-22. Next up, we got the last game of the afternoon. We got the Eagles, the flying Philadelphia Eagles, traveling to the desert to take on their bird rival, the Arizona Cardinals. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty close game. Eagles are all around a really good team. I believe they're a little bit overrated. People are blowing it out of proportion, like, that they're Super Bowl contenders and all this crap. We're in week 4. Take a chill pill, Kill Bill. And so I'm going to roll with the Cardinals on this one, 24-20. I think the Cardinals at home are going to handle business. I think they looked really good last week. And I think that, the Eagles are I think they just have a little bit too much swagger at this point. So I'm going to go Cardinals 24-20.
All right, you got the Cardinals humbling the Eagles at home. I like it. I stand by what I said. I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC, and I think they go on the road, and I think they show why they're the best team in the NFC, traveling coast to coast, handling business in the afternoon. I got the Philadelphia Eagles winning in a statement win on the road, 37-21. I think the Eagles are better than the Cardinals. I think Jalen Hurts is better than Kyler Murray. And I don't think I've ever seen this where a quarterback faces his predecessor and successor in the same season in Baker Mayfield and in Jalen Hurts. We'll see what happens there with Kyler Murray. But I got Kyler Murray dropping one at home again, and question marks are going to start fluttering there in Arizona with Cliff Kingsbury, Kyler Murray, obviously DeAndre Hopkins yet to come back off of that suspension. But I'm going Philadelphia Eagles moving to 5-0, 37-21, handling business on the road. Moving on to Sunday night primetime, and we got a primetime matchup for you. We got the Cincinnati Bengals, my Cincinnati Bengals, traveling on the road for this Sunday night primetime game, traveling to Baltimore to handle business, hopefully, but taking on the Baltimore Ravens. What do you got for me?
Yep, I think that Cincinnati proved that why they're such an elite team. If you can protect Joe Burrow, good things happen. The Ravens have dropped a couple of games. This one was really, really tough for me. I mean, one of these teams has to lose. It's crazy.
Yep.
They're both so good.
Right.
I'm going to roll with the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to win. A very close game. I think it comes down to a field goal at the end. Ooh. I think that everybody's neck and neck. I think that, there's going to be some flashy plays from Lamar. There's going to be some flashy plays from Jamar. And so I think that Joe Burrow out-duels Lamar Jackson, because I do believe that Joe Burrow is the better quarterback, and he is the best quarterback in the AFC North. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Cincinnati Bengals to win this one and get a big statement win on the road Sunday night primetime to take sole control of their destiny in the AFC North, 31-28.
Oh, I like it. Nothing I've seen in the last 2 weeks leads me to believe that this team is they're not going to get better, right? They've gotten better every single week. They've gotten better against the Jets. They got better last week, and I fully expect them to get better this week. I expect the line to be better. I expect the offense to be better. They're getting better. Everybody is getting better. Joey is finally settled in. Now he has time. He's able to basically just analyze and look at the field and basically break it down. So I fully expect this to be a better performance. I mean, I don't know what much more I can hope for. Ravens, if you've been following along with us, I've been kind of hyping them up all season long. I do like the Baltimore Ravens. I do like Lamar Jackson, specifically because I have him in fantasy, and he is a monster fantasy quarterback. But I like the Baltimore Ravens. That defense is what I am banking on to choke. So I got the Cincinnati Bengals making a statement on the road. I got them winning 32-17, handling business on Sunday night in primetime with Tirico and Collinsworth. Joey, we got to get this win. This is a big win, like you said, right? This is going to determine who's first place in the division. So Bengals got to start this win off, start this series off against the Ravens with the win. So Cincinnati Bengals 32-17. And our last game of the week, we got another Monday night primetime game, another divisional matchup, and an AFC, not really rivalry, but an AFC matchup, AFC West matchup. We got the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Arrowhead, traveling to Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. What do you got for me?
The Chiefs, they came out and made a statement last week, as far as what their offense is able to do just against such an elite defense. It could be a one-off as far as the Buccaneers just had a rough game, but give the Chiefs credit. They were connecting on all cylinders. They were drawing up the right plays, and they played they played well. And so nothing, leads me to believe that they won't play well at home against a divisional opponent that they've played really well against. I don't like this matchup for the Raiders at all, especially on the road. So I am going to go with the Chiefs in this one, 34-21. I do think the Chiefs, I think that they are able to, kind of put the Raiders out of their misery, I should say, because dropping to 1-4, I'd be surprised if the Raiders make the playoffs. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked just because they have some weapons on their team, but I think the Chiefs are going to make a statement to say that this is our division. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs 34-21.
Yeah, like you said, tough matchup for the Raiders to have off of that win last week against the Broncos, the Donkeys. I don't really expect anything different. AFC West is kind of looks like that division just kind of really goes how it goes, right? Raiders handled the Broncos the last couple seasons, handled them last week. Chargers have kind of failed to upset the Chiefs. They've done it once or twice here and there in the last couple seasons, but haven't really actively done it. Didn't do it this season. Raiders always, not always, sometimes, but more than likely drop games in Kansas City. I don't really expect anything different. While that Raiders defense does have some good pieces, I think, Patrick Mahomes at home, that's what you want. That's what you want if you're a Chiefs fan, especially coming off that win last week. So I'm going Kansas City Chiefs 35-21. We were right there, all video. But Chiefs, I don't know much more I could say. I mean, the Raiders, 1-4, making the playoffs, gonna be tough. All I can say there is gonna be tough if they drop this game. But I got the Kansas City Chiefs handling business at home, 35-21. That's gonna do it for this edition of Meat on the 50. And as always, Brandon and I want to thank you, our viewers, right? Our viewing audience for just taking the time, for watching our videos, for now listening to our podcast, if that's the way that you choose to intake our content, right? We just want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to just watch us, listen to us. Hopefully we've done something, whether you're a new viewer, whether you're a returning viewer, hopefully we've done something to keep you coming back for more, because we're going to be breaking it down all season long. And remember, now you can also follow along with us on our podcast forums, because every single episode now, it has the concurrent podcast form dropped on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Those are the two places that you can find it. And it's super easy, right? If you're running errands, working out, take us with you. Open up Spotify, open up Apple Music, and just put us on. That way you can just follow along with all the action that takes place I don't know what I'm talking about. All the action that takes place this year, right? Link will be in the description. Make sure you check it out. Brandon and I would really appreciate it. We're always expanding here. And you know what we say, right? As always, if you like what you saw or heard, please smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, just tap on that bell notification. That way, anytime new videos drop, you're right there to consume the content, or new podcast episodes drop now, I should say, to add to that. You're right there to consume the content, because we're going to be dropping videos and podcasts all season long. Brandon, any last words for the people?
Well, congratulations to me and you on our advancing and winning our guaranteed victory this week, because there is no way that Pittsburgh is beating Buffalo.
Don't jinx it.
There's no jinxing, man. I don't care. Even I'm saying I don't care. There's no way.
All right.
I would think the world is ending if Pittsburgh beats Buffalo in Buffalo.
All right. Here is to our guaranteed victories. Hopefully they pull through. Come on, Buffalo. We need you.
I need it. I need the guaranteed victory.
We need it. We need you now. Now that he just floated it out in the ether. Yeah. So we need Kenny Pickett not to have an amazing performance that I think Brandon just conjured, but we'll see what happens. That's going to do it for us. I hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, I am Jacob Cutler, the Fantasy Guy. That is one of my best friends, Brandon Sullivan. And until the review episode on Monday, shout out to Brandon's grandparents. And until then, we still see you guys. Then, have a great one.